Hello there, John O'Keefe, the Chelsea Fancast, my 2-minute fan bite of the Premier League game versus Wolves at the Bridge. So Wolves' first win against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge since 1979, when we were relegated. Now listen, when Poch took over, he had a lot of credit in the bank, didn't he? We didn't care. He'd managed Spuds, he got them to a Champions League final, he managed PSG, he'd done wonders at Saints. He was clearly an elite manager. He was up for the project, the process, whatever you want to call it. We needed a calming influence after the idiocy of the little manager from the seaside. And to some extent, this gave Poch time to make them gel, to get them to progress, to make a team of them, to teach them the Poch way. An exciting style at Spuds of football involving pressing and attitude and fight, none of which I'm seeing. And unfortunately, after another mind-numbingly feeble fart fest today where we scored a fabulous goal, they just wilted and resorted to our usual tactics of giving the ball away, especially in dangerous positions, not pulling the trigger when in front of goal or missing sitters. Sterling and Jackson, I'm looking at you, and seeing our manager mostly sat down, or the few times he did stand up when subbing players, or those few moments when he wanted to stretch his legs or shake his head. I'm beginning to query whether he actually has the ability to assemble this bunch of overpaid wankers into a football team capable of competing for anything. We cannot continue to play as badly as this. No wonder the fans amusingly sang, "We're fucking shit," after the Wolves fans had chanted, "You're fucking shit." Because I'm not seeing any structure, any plan. Above all, I'm not seeing any improvement from anyone other than from Palmer, who's clearly top drawer, and the keeper Petrovic. Other than that, players are going backwards, or have never been forwards enough to go backwards, or must be down to terrible data analysis. These were supposed to be some of the best young talent anywhere. Well, so we thought at those prices, but they're clearly not. £1 billion misspent by a group of chancers believing they were somehow changing football. Or perhaps they are top-notch and Poch can't get a tune out of them, and he's been badly chosen by the owners. So should he be replaced, or do we just sit back and endure the same old wankfest we're seeing week in, week out? What a terrible state of affairs. Last time I used to watch Chelsea feeling nothing but resignation like this was in 1979. And by the way, Silva scored with a neat near-post header to make it 2-4. The Wolves fans sang, "You're worse than the Albion." West Bromwich, of course, the championship side, and I agree with them. There was a strong rumour Mourinho was taking over. I'll be back on the Chelsea Fancast with Chidge and guests tomorrow to discuss this shite and preview the Villa FA Cup game. Make sure to listen on Mixer, download on Acast, all good podcast providers. Come on, Ukraine.